1986, Drake Hogestyn was introduced as the pawn, then John Black, who turned out to be arguably Marlena's great love. So tell me about meeting Drake and what you remember about that pairing.
When I first met Drake, he was screen testing, and I had been asked to screen test with their final choices, and it was all the same scene. I came on the set to work with Drake, and met him. Hi, nice to meet you. Good luck. Can I tell you anything about this? Can I help you at all? Can I, no, I think I got it. And we did the test, and he was wonderful. And when that day was over, they called me upstairs and said, okay, we had 7 guys here. What do you think? And I thought, oh, my heart's in my throat. Oh my gosh. I said, well, I'm hoping that you're thinking it's Drake. He said, we were hoping you would think it was Drake too. Yes, it was. He was so clearly the winner, and it was everybody's choice. And I told him that ages later, that there was no question. He was their first choice, and that was the beginning. It was just, we hadn't done an awful lot. We did 7 brides, hadn't done a whole lot of daytime, but had a passion for learning and a passion for performing that just made him top drawer.
Mm-hmm. What do you think it was about that pairing that resonated with the fans so much and still resonates today?
I think they just loved each other so. Through unsurmountable things. Being in Stockholm, being shot, the guillotine, on it goes. I probably was jumping out of planes somewhere, but I can't recall. I think Drake was, I'm fairly loose when I work, and Drake was wildly competent and wildly prepared. And so I think he was never quite sure that I was going to be there, that I knew what I was talking about or was prepared. And so there was a lot of eye contact. There was a lot of, you good? You got it? Okay, you got the next line? Okay, I'm going to talk now, and then you're going to listen, and then you're going to talk. So, and there's nothing like eye contact. And there is I don't think I can show you on camera, but there is a physical move about showing love on camera, and I'll show you when we're off camera. But you when you do it, somebody goes, oh wow, what was that? And it's just a silly trick. But anyway, I trusted him. We trusted each other. Well, I trusted him more than he trusted me, perhaps. But great respect, great fondness. Loved who he was. There was a moment. You'll go back, where we were in the hospital, and he was having sort of a moment, and I opened the door and come in, and he's picked up a coffee pot and he's furious, and he flings it at the door and it breaks on the door jamb. I said to the director, so I opened the door. He said, you're not going to open the door when he throws a coffee pot. I said, yeah, I could do that. He said, no, we're not going to do that's crazy. We couldn't possibly do that. I said, but we can. This guy's a baseball player. Have you forgotten? Come on. He can do it. And a lot of conversation, and I said to Drake, he said, yeah, I can do it. I said, I'm in. And it was a one-take moment. I opened the door, and that coffee pot came flying, hit the door jamb beside me, and that's a wrap. Just the knowing each other that well, having that much faith in each other.